Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Last week we added several new features to our platform and I wanted to take a moment and share them with you. So the first one that I want to share with you is in our alerts section. If you click on alerts in the header section, you'll notice that we have two new buttons here, bias alerts and IQ alerts. IQ alerts are alerts based off of some IQ data from the IQ edges. We've created a couple different biases. There's an IQ momentum bias and an IQ mean reversion bias. Both of these signals are biases off of the open and they are end of day holds. So the bias is good from 9:30 a.m. Eastern time until 4:15 p.m. Eastern time, and they do trigger at the open. So all you got to do is come to the IQ alerts section. You can see the needed criteria. That will be the opening filter, and if that is met at the open, then the bias triggers, and it tells you the trade type long down here in the bottom left hand corner of the alert, and the market. These are all for the ES initially. Time frame, intraday open. If you'd like to see the results, you can click on the view button and it will load the results into Discover so you can see how it's performed along with the other stats that are involved. We've also added the bias alerts button. The bias alerts take all of the bias library biases that we have loaded into the platform for you, and we put them into their own alerts section so that you can see on a daily basis what biases might be in play. And you can come in here, just click the view button to load any of those into Discover. Once you're in Discover, of course, you can add stops and targets, add any other price patterns, indicators, whatever it is you want to add to it. You can do all of that within Discover, but we have made it super easy for you to just show up in the alerts section, click the bias alerts, and you've got all kinds of things that you can look at on a daily basis. Now, along with those, we've also added several new biases to the bias library. And if you click on bias libraries from the strategy section, go to the bottom right and click the arrow on the far right. That'll take you to the last page. You can see a couple of the new ones here on the last page. If you go back another page, you can see there are several more that have been added. I think there's been about 9 or so added here within the past month that you now have access to. Also, within Discover, we've added a couple new features within the price patterns and opening filters. Within the opening filters, you've got several new opening locations based on where we're opening relative to the prior week. So we've got above the high of the prior week or within the prior week range, that sort of stuff, all available here, as well as the market profile patterns or opening areas for market profile have been added as well. Within the price patterns, we've added several new price patterns to the bottom here based on the prior week and prior month levels as well. So there's a lot of new stuff that you can test based on where we closed relative to the prior week or prior month. Another really cool feature that we just added is we have a quick delete button that shows up in the header. So if you add anything within Discover, as you see I add them up here, there's a new little red X. And if you click that red X, it removes whatever it is that you have added from the test that you'll be running. So now you can just quickly come in here and hit the red X to delete it out of the study. Lastly, we've updated the SSA Database with the new opening filters as well as all of the profile patterns within the database. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see there is just a huge number of factors in here available for you to search from. This number down here is the total amount, and it is about twice the size of what it was when we initially started. So the SSA database has really grown a lot here over the past month or two. So if you haven't checked on that, go ahead and check that out as well. If you have any questions about these updates, email me, matt@investiquant.com. And as always, if you have any suggestions or requests you want us to know, tell us via the Tell Us button in the lower right-hand corner.